Okay, ma. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about new chapter motion in straight line, Nana. Okay? Yeah. So actually, see whatever we will see around us, it may be in rest position or it may be in motion. Yes or no? See, wherever you are sitting, some objects they are in rest position, they are not at all moving. Whereas some objects, if you see outside, some flies they are flying, cars are moving, wind is moving. Okay, we are taking breath and releasing it out. Air is moving. So everything, whether it may be in rest position or in motion. Clear? So we have to discuss about this motion of all the objects in detail. What is that? So if we will discuss the motion of an object, that we call it as in physics, we call it as kinematics. What we call kinematics. Kinematics means it is a branch of physics. It is one branch of physics which deals with it will deals with motion of object. Okay, if the object is in motion, and what is its speed, what is its distance, at what position it is after some time, what is the acceleration of that object, these all things we should discuss. Okay, study of motion of object, we call it as kinematics. Here and here we will not discuss what makes the object to be in motion. Okay, object is moving or in rest position, but why the object is moving we will not discuss. Why the object, reason we will discuss, that will become dynamic. Okay, what it will happen? Dynamic. Dynamics means it is also a branch of physics which deals with the motion of objects. But in dynamics, we will see the reason for the motion, cause of motion we will see here. Whereas here in kinematics, we will not take into consideration what makes the object to be in motion. What makes the object to move. Clear? Just if the object is in motion, then how it will behave, what is its speed, what is its velocity, what is the distance, what is the time, at what time, at what distance it is, and what is the acceleration. These are all things if we will discuss, then that will be called as kinematics. Clear? What is meant? Without any reason. What is the reason for its motion? We will not discuss. Whereas in dynamics, we will discuss with the reason. That is, how much force is applying on an object to make it, to bring into motion. That reason we will discuss in dynamics. Whereas in kinematics, we will not discuss any reason. Okay? Yes. Now, so what is kinematics? Kinematics means a branch of physics which deals with the motion of object without any reason. Motion of object without the cause. Okay, without any cause. We will not consider any cause. Without considering cause of motion. Okay, Rana? Clear? Yes. Now you should remember these are things. Now this kinematics, actually this is two parts, it is divided in one dimensional, 1D and 2D, two-dimensional motion. One-dimensional motion and two-dimensional motion. One-dimensional motion means straight line. Two-dimensional motion means in a plane, how the object moves. If you throw this duster like this, how it will move, what maximum height it will reach, how much distance it will cover, what is its velocity, how its velocity changes when it is moving like this. These are things we will discuss. Okay, in two-dimensional motion. Whereas in 1D means if the object is moving, straight line path. Straight line path means it may be like this straight, or it may be like this straight, or it may be like this straight. Straight, just straight. That is called as 1D. 2D means Deepa, why you are raising hand? So that means next chapter we will discuss, that is motion in plane, that is fourth chapter. Here now we are discussing about one dimensional motion, that is motion in straight line. Okay. Kinematics means what? Understood all of you? What is kinematics? Kinematics means study of motion of object without taking the cause into consideration. That we call it as kinematics. Clear? Now, motion means first and foremost thing we should discuss about rest position and motion. How the object is in rest position, whether the object is in rest position or in motion, we have to see now. Okay, and after observing that object, we have to decide whether it is moving or not. Okay, now to decide whether the object is moving or not, we can't say directly by seeing the object. One important factor is responsible here. See, for example, in front of me laptop is there. If I observe this laptop for 10 minutes, it is not moving, means the object, that laptop is in rest position. Okay, now wait. Now, if I am in a moving vehicle, means outside one person is moving on a car. Now, that person, if he observes this laptop, he will say that it is in motion. If I observe him, he will be in motion. Now, to specify whether the object is in rest position or motion, we require one particular point of reference. Okay, about that particular point of reference only we can define anything, means motion or rest position. That point we call it as frame of reference. That point we call it as frame of reference. Here, that means to define rest position or motion, we require a frame of reference. See, for example, this example so many times you have heard and you know this also. Okay, so many times your teachers taught about this example. For example, you and your friend both are moving on sitting in a bus, and bus is moving, and your third friend is on the road. Clear? Yes. Now, if you observe your friend who is inside a bus, then your friend will be in rest position for you. Whereas the person who is on road outside, he will be in motion. Or for that person, you both are in motion. That means to describe rest position or motion, where we are moving, our location is where, with respect to what we are saying, that is important. Means for me, because I am in a bus, no, for me, my frame of reference is that moving vehicle. Whereas your third friend, for him, the frame of reference is ground. From the ground, he is seeing bus is moving, so the person who is in the bus also in motion. Clear? So to define rest position or motion, we require a frame of reference. This is very, very important line. Frame of reference. What is the frame of reference? Frame of reference is nothing but a fixed point or fixed location about which rest position or motion of an object can be defined. That we call as frame of reference. Okay. This frame of reference, there are so many types of frame of references are there. The first one is Cartesian frame of reference. Second one is polar coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system also you can say. Cartesian coordinate system also we can say. But in our topic, we will discuss about only this Cartesian coordinate system only. About polar coordinate system, we will not use here. So I am not discussing much about this one. Okay, so what is coordinate? Cartesian frame of reference or Cartesian coordinate frame of reference are what simple. What while drawing your graph, whatever you have taken reference lines, no, x-axis, y-axis, this is a frame of reference. A fixed frame of reference. This is xy plane is a frame of reference. Now the point which is joining this x-axis and y-axis, this is called as fixed frame of reference. We can say. Point of this point, we can say it as point of reference. Point of reference. Now, whether the object is in motion or not in this plane, we can decide by seeing from this point. Okay, from this point, if one particle is there here, first one particle is there here. Okay, with changing time, if this particle distance from this point is not changing, then we can say that this point, first one, object is in rest position. Okay, with changing time, with the passage of time, if this position shifted to somewhere else, then we can say that this is in motion. That means whether the object is in rest position or motion. To decide this one, we want one fixed reference point. That point we call it as point of reference. Or sometimes we require one plane also. This we call the Cartesian coordinate plane. This is two-dimensional plane I have taken. This is a two-dimensional plane I have taken. Sometimes you need to take three-dimensional plane also. X, Y, Z. Okay? X, Y, Z. Three-dimensional plane also you should take. I hope you are understanding. Clear? Now, this Cartesian coordinate system we have to discuss. Now, see Cartesian coordinate system I am taking. X-axis, Y-axis, origin. This is the origin I have taken here. Okay? This origin is called as point of reference. Okay? Now, let us imagine there is one particle, one object is there at this point P. At this point P, one object is there here. Now, to give the location of this point, what we should do? Simple point, drop one perpendicular from this. Drop one perpendicular from this point. Okay. Now, this perpendicular from this y-axis, at what distance it is there? That distance we call it as x. Okay, and drop one more perpendicular to y-axis. Now, this perpendicular from x-axis, how much distance it is there? How much distance it is there? This distance. This we call it as y, some distance. Now, the location of this point P in this frame, x and y frame, is given as x, y. Already everyone knows this. Just listen, okay? By the time you will get some different points also. Got it, Anna? Clear? Now, if it moves, now this point P I have taken at x, y. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is the origin. It's the frame of reference. Now, this is the position of the object when I am saying at a time t is equal to 0 seconds. Okay, when I have observed this point, P is located here, x, y. It may be any value, Nana. Now, at 0 seconds, it is here. Now, after 2 seconds, after t is equal to 2 seconds also, if this location is here only, then we can say that this point, this object is in rest position. That means to define a rest position, we have to see the position of the object with respect to this reference point. Now from this reference point, how much distance it is? If this distance is not changing with the passage of time, then this object we can say that it is in rest position. So define rest position, sometimes simple questions they will ask for your board exam. What to say? If the position of the object is not changing with respect to time and frame of reference. This is a frame of reference. In this frame of reference, if this position of the object is not changing, then we can say that this object is in rest position. For example, initial position is here, after some time it came here. Let us imagine. That means its position is has changed. Let us imagine this distance is x1, y1. and this distance is x2 comma y2 distance from here. Okay. Now it has changed. This distance is changed. It has traveled some distance in a particular time. Now we can say that this object is in motion. Means if your object position is changes with respect to fixed reference point, this is the actual distance. It has changed to this point. It has changed. The distance has changed from P to Q. From reference point, this is the initial distance. This is the final distance. Means its position is changing with respect to this reference point. Okay, then we can say that this object, whatever may be the object we are discussing here, this is in motion. So this simple definitions also they will ask, just remember. Okay. So when an object is in rest position or when the object is in motion. Rest position when position of the object is not changing with respect to time and reference point. If the position of the object changes with respect to time and reference point, then it will be in motion. And one more important point, you should remember that rest and motion, these two are relative. Nana. These two are relative. Very important word it is. What is the meaning of relative? Relative means it is dependent on what factor? It depends upon the frame of reference. Okay? Rest and motion. We can't say whether the object is in rest position or in motion until and unless we don't know about the frame of reference. About which reference frame we are saying, we are discussing, that if you don't know, then you can't say whether the body is in rest position or in motion. Clear? Okay? Clear? So best example, the person who is in a vehicle, moving vehicle, for him, other person inside the vehicle will be at rest position. Whereas for the person who is outside, he will be in rest position. He is in motion. Means there is some conflict, confusion between rest position and motion. So to define this rest and motion, a particular frame of reference, about which frame we are talking about, that is required. Clear? Clear? So if you don't know, if you are not saying about the frame of reference, you can't decide whether the body is in rest position or motion. Okay? Now, this frame of reference, two types are there. Two types of frame of references are there. They are, first one is inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference. What is the meaning of inertial frame of reference? Any frame you take, if it is in rest position or if it is moving with uniform velocity, then that frame of reference is called as inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference. Let's see here. This is one mobile phone I have taken. No. Now I have kept one chalk piece on this. I have kept a chalk piece on this like this. Okay. Now this object, whatever may be, whether it is in moving like this or not, this reference frame you take. This is the reference frame for this chalk piece. Okay. If this reference frame is in rest position, now we can say that this is a inertial frame of reference. Or else, if it moves with uniform velocity, it is moving, but uniform velocity is not increasing, not decreasing. Uniform velocity if it moves, then this frame is called as inertial frame. Okay, that means if the frame of reference is now it came no? That means if the frame of reference, if it is in rest position or moving with uniform velocity, then that frame of reference is called as inertial frame. That means it should be either rest position or uniform velocity. About this uniform velocity we will discuss in detail. But first I am defining this, what is inertial frame. Now we are having, okay, inertial frame of reference means any frame you take. This is the frame of reference. Now, if this frame of reference, this is the board. Now this board, if it is here, it is called as inertial frame for me because it is in rest position. Now, if this frame of reference is moving, how it is moving? Let us imagine you keep this frame on a vehicle and vehicle is moving with uniform velocity. Then frame also moving no? Now we are discussing about this point. For this point, this coordinate, this board is a frame of reference. Because this frame is moving with uniform velocity, then that frame is called as inertial frame still. But if it is not moving with uniform velocity, if it moves with some acceleration, then that type of frame of reference is called as non-inertial frame of reference. Non-inertial frame. Non-inertial frame means, yeah, see, this chalk piece. Now, it is rest position means inertial. Moving with uniform velocity means inertial. Whereas, if it moves like this, sudden jerk is there. Suddenly, velocity has increased. Or from its velocity, suddenly came to zero, means rest position. Then, that type of frame of reference is non-inertial frame of reference. Okay, no? Here, inertial frame of reference, here there is some acceleration. There is some acceleration. Here, acceleration is there. Here, acceleration is zero. Here, acceleration is zero. Here, acceleration is there for the frame of reference. For this xy coordinate plane, I am giving acceleration. Then it is called as non-inertial frame. Here, now, one important point you have to remember here is, whatever you have applied that Newton law, you have applied, no, F is equal to ma, Newton law, is there? No. That Newton law, F is equal to ma, is true. This is F is equal to ma is true in this inertial frame of reference only. Okay? All Newton laws can be applicable for only inertial frame. For non-inertial frame, Newton law is not applicable. Non-inertial frame of reference means any frame of reference. Frame means if you take an object, that object rest position or motion, about which place you are deciding, that place. Now, if that place is moving with some acceleration, then it is called as non-inertial frame of reference. And Newton's laws are not applicable for non-inertial frame of reference. Just remember this one. We will discuss in 5th chapter. Again, this about this. Okay? Inertial frame, non-inertial frame. Inertial frame means what? Non-inertial frame means what? You should have some just idea. Inertial frame of reference means whether it is a frame of reference, whether it is in rest position or motion, uniform motion. Non-inertial frame of reference means if it is moving with some acceleration, then it is non-uniform motion. Okay, clear? Okay. Now, so now this frame of reference we are discussing. Okay. Now up to here, okay, sir? No, good. Now, whatever may be the object we are discussing about the motion of the object. Now that object, we should take one assumption. You should take one assumption. What is that assumption we should take here to discuss about motion of the object? Is point object. Point object. Very important. This is very important. See, listen carefully. Whatever the motion of the object that we will see around us, it is a combination of straight line motion and rotatory motion also. Let us imagine a bike is moving. Bike is moving in forward direction. At the same time, the wheels are rotating. Okay? So this is a complicated motion. Yes or no? So we cannot discuss in detail about such type of complicated motions. Okay? So to make it a simpler part, all that objects we will consider them as a point size object. A point size object. Okay. So when the object is to be considered as a point size object, if the distance traveled by the object, whatever we are discussing, if the distance is very large compared to the dimensions of the object, then that object is said to be a point object. So point object concept, it will make our discussion on motion of object simpler. Whereas if you will not take a point object, if you will not consider any object motion as a point object, then it will become a complicated motion for you. We cannot specifically say which type of, what is the velocity, what is the acceleration of that vehicle, we cannot say. So for making it as simpler, we should take all the object as point object. When we can say the object as a point object. If the dimensions of the object are very less than the distance traveled by the object, then that object is called as point object. For example, see, aeroplane is flying. Okay, it will fly from one country to another country. The distance is very large, whereas the size of the aeroplane is less compared to the distance. Yes or no? So in a particular case, aeroplane can be considered as a point object. Here, what is Nana? Car is moving. A car is moving. Car moving on a road. Now that car is moving from one city to another city, from Bangalore to Hyderabad, moving. The distance is very large in terms of hundreds of kilometers. Yes or no? Now, hundreds of kilometer distance, whereas size of the car is up to meters. It is in meters only, dimensions, length, breadth, height, or dimensions. Maybe 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters only. Means dimensions are less compared to the distance traveled by the car. Means car can be considered as a point object. Whereas if it is the car only, but it is traveled from here to out gate, from here to gate, a very small distance it is. From here to 2 steps only it has moved. Then at that situation, the car cannot be taken as a point object. I hope you are understanding. Why we should discuss about a point object, sir? Because whatever the motion you consider around us, it is a complicated motion. It is a combination of 2 types of motion. One is rectilinear motion, straight line path. Another motion is rotatory motion. Clear? Okay. So combination of these two, by this combination of these two motions, we cannot specifically say what is the velocity, acceleration of that vehicle. But if you consider the total object as a one particular point, then we can say what is the velocity, acceleration, how much distance it will travel. I hope you are understanding now. Now, point object means, okay, this is the application. Which object we have to consider as a point object? For that condition, what if the dimensions, whatever this is the car, you can imagine. This car is having this much length, this much width, this much height. This dimension, very small. Now, this car is moving in this classroom from that corner to this corner. Now, this distance is very large in comparison to this dimensions of this gesture. So, this gesture can be considered as a point object. What I am saying here? I hope you are understanding what I am saying. Understood, sir. Good. So, if the distance traveled by the object is very large compared to the dimensions of the object, then that object can be considered as a point object. What is the use of point object? Point object use is, it will make our discussion easier so that we can find distance, velocity, acceleration, everything easily. Okay? Clear? Questions you may get on point object also. They'll give different situations. What situations will you see? In your classroom, there is a duster on a table. Now, the duster is falling down from the table. Duster is falling down from the table. Can we consider the duster motion as a point object? Can we consider the duster as point object? Your answer may be no. Because how much distance it will travel from the table? Small distance only. Here, whereas this duster is thrown from this corner to that corner, then it can be considered as a point object. So the type of situations when we give Nana, you must understand that what object we have to consider as a point object. Clear? Okay, sir. Now we are discussing straight line motion. Okay. Now, so whatever the motion you say, object if it is moving in a straight line path, if the object moves in a straight line path, then the motion of the object is called as rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. What is rectilinear motion? Again important, already you know, if object moves in straight line like this, then we call it as rectilinear motion. Okay, and one more important word is there, translatory motion. What is a translatory motion? Translatory motion means, see, this object is moving. Object is moving. Now, see, observe carefully. Each and every point of this object also moving in same direction. Each and every point on this object also moving in the same direction of motion of the object. Such type of motion is called as translatory motion. Simply, it is nothing but rectilinear motion only. Okay? What is a translatory motion? Translatory motion means if each and every point of the object is moving in the direction of object, then the motion is called as translatory motion. Okay? Here you see there is a car. There is a car like this. Okay? And car is moving. Car is moving like this with some velocity. Now, this point of the car, this point of the car, this point of the car, all are moving with same velocity. Such type of motion is called as translatory motion. That too in straight line path. Next, one more type of motion is there, that is rotatory motion. What is rotatory motion? Okay. This is the vehicle of the car, it is rotating like this. Clear? Now, if it is rotating like this, if we will discuss about this point, okay, after some time, that point may appear here. After some time, still that point, it may appear here. It may come here because it is rotating like this. Now, it is not a translatory motion. It is a rotatory motion because each and every point are rotating about one fixed point. They are rotating about one fixed point axis. Clear? This is a small definition. You must know these all things, Nana. Okay? Okay. Now let us discuss in detail about this rectilinear motion. This is our chapter. Small concepts I am giving you now. Okay? Yes. So rectilinear motion means what? If object moves in straight line path, then the motion is called as rectilinear motion. Now, see, if you take x and y axis, now this is the reference point. Now, let us imagine object is here. After some distance, object travels to second location. The distance traveled by the particle is straight. So it is nothing but rectilinear motion. Not only this, if an object from this point, if it comes to here, now also it will move like this. Let us imagine it is moving like this. Then this is also rectilinear motion. Not only this, it can go like this also. From reference point to this location, point P, it can go like this also. If it moves in a straight line point, that we call it as rectilinear motion. Some students, they will imagine that, they will think that if it moves in x-axis, then only straight line. Here also it is straight line only. But direction is different, but it is in straight line only. Clear?